Do you need to meet someone new? Do you need to meet someone in the workplace or perhaps professionally, and you don't know how to keep a conversation going? So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the best way to keep a conversation going. For the purpose of today's video, we're going to be having a look at the environment. We're having a look at the weather. So let's assume you are in a country, and of course, you want to ask the person about the weather. You want to talk about the weather. You've met a person, and of course, the issue of the weather has come up, and you want to talk about the weather. And of course, that might extend to other conversations and other issues related to the environment. So of course, the person has told you about the weather, and it has led to the issue of the environment. And now you find yourself talking about pollution, which perhaps you don't know anything about, but you understand what pollution is, but you're not sure if you are able to sustain the conversation. Remember, having a conversation is quite easy if you look at it in this way. So you have someone that is talking about the weather, or perhaps talking about pollution in this case. And the person has said, well, times are changing, the weather is changing, everything is changing, and so on. Now we have pollution, and I think that a common cause of pollution is this and this. Of course, you can simply say that, well, I see what you mean, or I understand what you're saying, or you can simply say, well, that's true, or I'm not sure about that. Or in the case where you agree with what the person has said, by saying, well, that's true, I quite agree with you, and now it's your turn to continue with the conversation. Remember, if you're talking about pollution, you can think about many things. You can talk about the causes of pollution. You can talk about pollution in the past. You can talk about pollution now. You can talk about pollution in the future, what you think might happen in the future. So you can also give your opinion about pollution, how it is now. You could give your opinion about that. You can talk about the effect of pollution on our lives. You can talk about the effect of pollution on our world. So you can talk about advantages and disadvantages. You can talk about many things. You can talk about what you've heard on the radio, what you've read on the newspaper, what you've read on the magazine or in the magazine, what you've watched on television. Remember perhaps what people are saying. So in this way, you have many things that you can refer to keep the conversation going. If someone has told you something about pollution, perhaps a common cause of pollution is perhaps some industries and so on. And of course, but you're not you don't know so many things about pollution. And so you're thinking to yourself, I might not be able to sustain or to carry on the conversation. Remember, you know what pollution is, and of course, you can enter the conversation. You can join the conversation from a different perspective, from a different angle, rather than saying and being professional like the person that you're speaking with. You can say, well, just agree or disagree in a very polite way. To say, well, I understand what you're saying, or agree with what you're saying, but I also think that a common effect or a possible effect of pollution on our lives would be something in the future. You see, you have participated in the conversation by saying something from a different perspective. So remember, in order to keep the conversation going, you don't have to totally or completely, if you can, don't get me wrong, it will be great if you're able to, see things also from the perspective of others. But if you're not able to see things from the perspective of others, you can see things from a different angle. Looking at things from a different angle, that would help you participate in a conversation. You can repeat what someone has said. You can repeat what you have heard. In this way, you have something to say all the time. If this is your first time here, kindly subscribe to the channel somewhere down here if you're getting value from this video and other videos on my channel. Remember also to turn on the notification bell so that you can stay in touch with great videos like these that will help you all the time. So remember, everyone, having any conversation is quite easy. It's about looking at the conversation, looking at the issue that's been discussed, the topic from a different perspective, so that you have something to say every time rather than not being able to say something. So look at advantages of a thing, look at disadvantages of a thing, effect of a thing, look at causes of a thing. Say what you've heard. I've heard that a common problem is this. So you can repeat what other people have said so that you have something to say all the time. If you have questions about this video, and if you have comments regarding this video, can I leave them in the comment section, and I will respond to the comment. I also respond to whatever questions you may have in the comment section. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you at the next one.